Thiago.
Episode 307 of A to the Show, traveling around the world, and now we're in New York with Younityy, the Flash himself. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you guys for having me.
You want to tell us more about what you do and your background as the Flash?
So in the 8th grade, when I was about 14 years old, started an Instagram account based on my favorite comic book character ever, and that was the Flash. And it has evolved into the biggest Flash page on Instagram. As you know, an Arab Muslim kid in 8th grade, I was always an outcast, always an outcast. I was always like, yeah, comic books, so cool. I can't get that pork away from me. I'm fasting here. I'm doing that. So like, I was always doing, I was always the odd one out. So having this page was like my escape. So it evolved into a page at, I believe I'm at 115,000.
Wow, yeah, no, congrats, dude. It really is amazing. Yeah, and we had one of our people who were following you, who recommended us to you, told us they were following you from when you were 10,000 or something, and so you've grown so much. So it is really amazing.
That's dope.
What about the Flash? What about the Flash? Makes him so amazing.
What about the Flash? I think he was always the underrated character, so I related a lot. He's also an outcast. Wally West is like the biggest outcast in terms of the entire Justice League, like compared to Batman, to Superman, to Wonder Woman. Flash is always like, he's always like, I always relate to him. He's like me. So it was cool. It's the main reason why I fell in love with the character. And yeah.
He has the best animated movie, right? The Flash animated movies are some of the best animated movies. What do you think about the movies?
They don't capitalize off of it for some reason, because there's only been one Flash animated movie, and he's been in he's been in 2 animated series or more, but the main 2, the Justice League animated series, were some of the best ever made.
So let's get a little more controversial. So now you're expanding from the Flash, and now you're doing a bunch of the other superheroes, right? Why is that happening?
Well, it's not just superheroes. Like right now, I just evolved into just I want, like, during that Flash page, it somewhat evolved into a persona of me, which I never expected. Like, people started wanting like more live streams. They wanted more content with me. So I was like, that's crazy. Like, I thought you guys just like this freaking character that runs fast, but apparently they liked me too. So like within the past like 2 years, it's gotten more personal, even though my name was always World of the Flash. But as of last month, I changed my name to Younityy. My name's Eunice.
Nice rebranding, man. Nice. I see it. Yeah.
So I changed it because not only is the Flash show declining just a little bit, but it's just, I don't know. I wanted it to. I didn't want to limit myself to one form of content, because I post a lot about politics. I post a lot about current events. I post a lot about anything. It's not just a Flash. Even when I was back as World of Flash, but people used to always complain like, "You're a Flash page. Stop posting about Palestine. Stop posting about what's happening to the Uyghur Muslims in China." I was like, no, we're not doing that. So I just changed my name, and if you have a problem with it, you can unfollow me. I truly don't care. So it's
interesting because
it was a personal thing that I wanted to do.
Right, I know it's a personal thing, but at the same time, you said you made this Flash page to educate people about the Flash and share Flash knowledge. So why do you discuss things like the Uyghur situation and the Palestine situation?
I feel like anybody with a platform should be speaking on the injustices in the world. And especially when I see my people facing injustice like that, seeing Muslims all around the world, and they don't get news, they don't get spotlight, they don't get any media until as like recently, but even that's still not enough. But I always feel like the problems that Muslims are facing and the problems that people of color are facing in the United States, they always go unnoticed to a certain degree. So I feel like people with platforms have to speak up on it. And I think it's dangerous that people with platforms spread false information. Like recently, I had a whole conundrum with an actor. I don't even want to name him. He used to follow me. I used to follow him. We were mutuals, and we have mutual friends, and he recently commented like, "Yo, no way you just disrespected the IDF. I have 4 friends in the IDF. Yeah, why are you speaking on false information like that?" And I'm like, that's freaking dangerous because you're an actor that was on a major DC show and you have an influence of almost 700,000 people on your Instagram page and you're going to go and spread information like that. That's really dangerous. So I feel like if you don't have all of the information and you're spreading that information, it's very dangerous because it's going to be false and you're going to influence a bunch of people you're going to influence a bunch of people with that false.
Eunice, that's so deep. I can't believe you say that because it's so true. Because the information is being spread by follower count, as you were saying, right? This person has a huge following, therefore the information gets spread there faster and more. But he doesn't have 100,000 followers for being a politician or being a journalist or anything. He has it for being an actor or something, right? So,
and like I had that dude's fan accounts come at me like, "Yo, you doing this?" I'm like, "Shut up, world of blah 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 blah." Like I'm like, I was like you. I know what you're doing. Get out of the trove when you.
I'm the Flash. Try to catch me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, and I still talk about the show. The show, but like I talk about other topics as well.
Nice. Are you fast? Are you?
Man, and it's crazy because I'm fast, but I have very, very bad stamina. So like I can lose energy so fast. So
like short sprints maybe.
So bad. Like even I what is it?
Like 100-meter runs and stuff. What about those?
Oh, I actually, I never fully timed myself on those. Like I had a 5-mile run, I think. Got that in like 6 minutes. Not bad.
Not bad.
5 miles.
That's very impressive, to be honest.
Yeah, right? It's
not
cool.
Bad. The Flash.
But like basketball back and forth, bro, like I'll lose energy within 5 minutes. It's so bad.
Yeah, they're two different sports, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. You have to control.
Something I wanted to touch up on is when you were saying that the spreading of misinformation and the controversy. So basically, in your mind, everyone who has a platform should spread information about injustices in the world. Now,
definitely,
I'm definitely on board with that. But sometimes, wouldn't you feel like maybe it's one-sided? Like it's not as in what's actually happening, as in the spreading of information is one-sided. So people on the other side would, perceive it as in like an attack upon them. So I guess that would probably explain why that's.
So they think that.
Yeah,
they think that our side is misinformed, just like we think their side is misinformed, correct?
Exactly.
See, I feel like if you don't have the full information, even though you're such a big influence and you definitely have more resources than a kid in New York living in his mom's basement, I feel like there's no excuse. You should have the right information. Right, and if you don't have the right information, don't speak on it at all. Yeah. Just shut up.
And go to A Squared the Show episode Jawhar Alham on the Uyghur situation and Joanna on the Palestine situation. There you go, information for you guys.
Perfect. Yeah. I'll look at them too. But like it's just I don't know. When people with such big platforms post misinformed things, I feel like they should have just stayed silent. That's just my thing. If you post, because it's just more dangerous than posting misinformed things is definitely more dangerous than being silent.
No, I definitely agree. I agree with that point. Like,
I get what you mean.
People have to fact check themselves definitely before posting something or talking about it.
Unlike people posting and then thinking our side is misinformed, and it's horrible that there already are sides to this situation because it's clear who's the oppressed and who's the oppressed in terms of Palestine and Israel and all that. But yeah, I get what you mean.
All right.
Yeah, because like for me, when it comes to like someone like that, just attacking you for this kind of whatever you were posting about the IDF, in his own mind, he has a certain set of facts or information that were taught to him and given to him, and that were claimed that this is the truth, and this is what he believes. Especially since he mentioned he has friends in the IDF, so obviously they're gonna tell him the story, their side of the story, where they're being attacked, by people with rocks. That that doesn't, obviously this is not a fair fight. That's not what I'm trying to make, but I'm saying what information he would receive. So when he sees someone else just like posting about it, and probably, and since you said you were mutual friends or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. So he knew about you. So he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want someone that he knows to basically be attacking someone else. It's like he took the middle ground and started fighting, advocating for his friends. Since people just take it personal too much.
Yeah.
That's
I get that. I get it. I truly get it. Because like in the beginning of the statement, he was like, "You're a comic book page," and then you're gonna talk about how the IDF is this, and that, and I'm like, oh god. And it's just, he said, "My friends are in the IDF." What I say is, you don't see the total biasness already in that.
Yeah,
like, it's clear you're gonna be biased. Mm-hmm. So like, it's why when I made my response to it, I didn't fully like respond to his statement, because I already know he has his mindset. He already is gonna be biased, and he's already biased enough. So I didn't even try to sway his mind to believing, because I've been posting about it for I believe about a month now.
Right.
So I didn't even try to convince him. All I did was make fun of the statement that he made, because he mentioned a blanket statement. So what I did was I hid under my blanket. I took a picture with it, and I photoshopped the Palestine flag on the blanket, and I was like, "Here."
And in your opinion, how would you try to convince someone like that with that mindset?
I truly don't know.
Or what do you think is the
solution? I have an idea. What do you do? Say, hey, by the way, you guys all love comic books and superheroes, right? The superheroes are supposed to look out for the little guys and the guys who are being oppressed and being taken advantage of and fighting against the bad guys.
But Ali, what if he doesn't see it that way? That's the thing. What if he
does not? He does not. Because the comments,
the people who are being oppressed are the people of Israel or the people of Tel Aviv specifically or something.
Yeah.
Like that. That's what he sees.
All the comments were like that. They were like, wow, this dude played someone that was, always looking out for like the smaller people. And he was like, never meet your real heroes. You'll just realize that they're idiots online. It's crazy. It was crazy. The crazy part is the dude went to my comment section and started responding comments. Like,
right. Yeah. No, that's messed up. Yeah. People, that's the thing with social media and misinformation. And I want to bring it back more to the comic book sides of controversy. Tell us about, I'm sure when you found out that Zack Snyder was about to make all these, DC movies, you must have been very excited or something. And then, what do you think of the Justice League, the first approach, the first one, and then the Snyder cut? Yeah. What were your takes on those?
I remember I was around the time I started my account, they were first starting to release like the BTS, the backstage photos, and like the casting details, and like Ezra Miller's Flash is gonna have blue lightning. Like it was so cool. I was like, yo, this is so dope. This movie is gonna be so cool. I was so hyped. Batman vs Superman, I remember liking it when I first saw it, but I remember seeing it again after I saw Justice League, and I didn't like it as much. Then I saw it before the Snyder cut, and then I like it a lot more. But regardless, when I saw the first Justice League movie, I came out that movie thinking it was the greatest movie ever made I've ever seen. Keep in mind, I was 15, and it was all swayed by my hype for the movie. So
yeah,
I saw it, and I said it was the best. I said it was better than Logan, which I think is a sin. It was so bad.
That's okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a great take yet.
Very horrible take. Yeah, I know. So
no, I don't know.
No, it's a horrible take by any means. If anybody says that, they're in the wrong already. So I got roasted in the comment section for saying that. So I was like, So I saw it again the next day, and then I saw it again so I saw it like 3 days in a row. And then after my third viewing, I was able to come to the conclusion that it was one of the worst movies ever made. At 15 years old. All right?
That's fair.
So
third time's a charm. Yeah, it takes a while. You gotta process it slowly.
He said third time's a charm. Yeah, third time's definitely was the charm. So it was. I remember after the first viewing, after the movie came out, somebody came out with a tweet, released a Snyder cut. That was the day it released.
Yeah.
Because they saw themselves how different it was. I wasn't able to see that because, like I said, I was swayed so much by the marketing and like just the bias overall, because that movie was something I was looking forward to for like 3 years. So I saw it and I saw it with friends. The experience of the movie was good too. But after I saw it that third time, let me tell you, I hated it. I was like, why is Barry talking about brunch? You know, why is Superman's lips so weird? Why is Batman talking about how he got his ass kicked when in BVS he was blood hungry? Everything was so different. Then I remember I was like, what could it be? Because in San Diego Comic-Con, Ray Fisher said Joss Whedon was the right man for the job. Everybody was so on board. They were like, no, reshoots are so minimal. Like, what could be the issue? And then Ray Fisher was like, all right, I take back what I said. Joss Whedon's a dick. I hate what this dude's saying. I got like my reaction on set, like I was treated like ass on set. Like he was going off. I'm like, damn. And then that ended up going to the release of Snyder Cut campaign, and then the Snyder Cut actually released. And I feel like the hype for release of Snyder Cut was so freaking cool because the trailers that were releasing were all new footage we haven't seen. And then we still saw the movie and saw other like 3 hours of footage that we haven't seen. It's insane. I can't believe a studio was able to take out that much. I can't believe it.
By the way, you mentioned the details like that you were noticing from the movie, where, for example, you know, Superman's lips and those specific details. Like for me, I just watch a movie and I'm, you know, just blissed. I just watch it, I see what it is and accept it as it is. How does someone go into those details, you know, like analyze every single aspect and say this is a shit movie? Because for me, it's very hard to say this is a shit movie.
Before Eunice comments, I do want to say for for Superman specifically, he had like a mustache and then they lasered it off in post. So his lips were very funky.
Wasn't his mustache CGI'd on because he shaved it for another
CGI off?
So what they did was
CGI'd off,
Yeah, so like he filmed Mission Impossible and then he had to come back for Justice League reshoots. And when he was filming Mission Impossible, he signed something for Mission Impossible saying you can't shave. When I feel like it's so much easier to add a beard than to remove a beard. So like I was just like, that's such a weird deal. You can easily CGI hair on your face rather than CGI it off. But regardless, and then he filmed the reshoots and they were so heavy. And you were talking about how does one realize that? Seeing it 3 times in a row, man.
Practice, you know, you got to keep checking it.
Yeah. And like, I didn't realize it the first time. Like I went into the movie knowing it was going to be CGI because it was such a huge controversy even before the movie came out.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it the first time, I was like, I didn't even realize it. And I saw it the second time, I'm like, it's not that bad. And I saw it the third time, I'm like, shit, that is horrible. What were they thinking? So like, it was, yeah, I feel like the normal audience didn't realize it. And the normal audience really doesn't what's the story behind the Snyder Cut campaign. So like a lot of my friends that don't watch comic movies were like, Eunice, didn't we see this like 3 years ago, this movie? Like, why is it like a cool new poster? Why is it like a little, why is it shaped in like a box? Why isn't it like wide? It's so weird. I'm like, it's to preserve the artistic vision of Zack Snyder, right? You wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah, because like you're not a film bro.
Yeah, now you're just giving me this better understanding of a critic's job, basically. Because they do it from the first time. They just watch it once and then they're like, you know, they analyze everything. They see these details and like, no, this is shit. Although we have seen shitty critics and give bad reviews to many very amazing movies. So like, how the hell do we differentiate? Are there actually any good critics?
I don't listen to critics whatsoever. I don't care because they gave Man of Steel 50%, and Man of Steel is
such a good movie.
One of my favorite movies.
Such a good movie. Superman's so epic in that movie. I
love it. It made me love Superman again because I always felt like Superman was cliche. Like, oh, I'm gonna go save this dog from a tree. A curl right here. I'm like, it's so all right. We get it. You're goody two shoes, but like Man of Steel. That shit made me like Superman again. And Henry Cavill and it's sad that he might not come back. It's so sad.
Are they Are they replacing the superheroes now? Is that it? Because Ben Affleck's
what's happening right now?
Yeah, where we at?
So you guys know about the controversy with Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, so there was on the Justice League set. There was a lot of there was an ongoing investigation for what's going on because there was a lot of shit that Joss Whedon did, and Joss Whedon he treated the entire cast members like shit. Let's say I got a couple instances I still remember on my head. I can link you guys to an article afterwards. Sure. But I remember at one point the script was so bad. Jeremy Irons, the guy that plays Alfred, wrote some of the league's lines in his lines because of how bad it was.
Wait, what?
He told Wonder Woman. He called Wonder Woman Black Widow. He called her Black Widow. That's not even the bad part about what he did to Wonder Woman. He said, "You're gonna say these shitty lines because I wrote it, and if you don't, I'm gonna ruin your career." That's what he told Gal Gadot. And I don't even like Gal Gadot, but I'm like, bro, what the hell? You are a piece of absolute dog. Like,
wait, this was the director, right? Sweden guy.
Joss Whedon. That's the one that
Whedon. He did Marvel.
He did Avengers and Age of Ultron.
It makes no sense.
He did Avengers and Age of Ultron. Yeah, he did the first 2 Avengers movies. It's absolutely insane. So like, I remember when Zack Snyder stepped down because of the passing of his daughter from the movie. They said that Zack Snyder chose Joss Whedon, and Zack Snyder's like, I didn't choose that, dude. What are you talking about? I wanted to delay the movie so I could focus on my family. But WB was like, nah, we're gonna move forward and lie that you chose this director when he never chose it. But yeah, he treated her like shit. And then Ray Fisher came on and he said he was very racist.
Sorry,
and he said that Jeff Johns.
Ray Fisher plays
Cyborg.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
And he said that they cut out like majority of his scenes because he was a black character, and he said that they didn't feel like he should have been the heart of the movie. When you guys saw the Snyder Cut and you guys saw how he was the literal heart of the movie, he was one of the best parts.
Yeah.
So, well, why was he the heart of the movie? Like, I didn't watch the Snyder Cut yet.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Okay, so yeah, he was what moved the story forward because he was very connected to the Mother Box, and the Mother Box was legit like the main plot of the movie. So he had a lot of the emotional scenes. He had a lot of the emotions in the movie. Like, it was good to see him progress from the beginning to the end as a broken young boy who didn't like what his father did to him, to the end where he accepted it and took the role as Cyborg. So it was clear what they were trying to do, and Ray Fisher was able to launch an investigation onto to Joss Whedon, John Berg, and Jeff Johns on the set of Justice League. And Jeff Johns is a huge comic book writer. He wrote my favorite Flash comic book ever made in the 2000s, Blitz. He wrote Green Lantern. He wrote Justice League. He wrote so much comic books. So people thought that adding him into the movies would be a good idea. And so far, every movie he's produced has been absolutely horrible, regardless. So what?
I guess he should stick to writing instead of.
It's so bad. I thought he would be like Kevin Feige for Marvel to DC, and I guess not. So there was an investigation, and then the current, I believe, CEO or chairman of Warner Brothers, Walter Hamada, was like, all right, leave Jeff Johns alone. We'll get John Berg and Joss Whedon to be held accountable. Ray Fisher thought about it, released a statement. He was like, yo, your boy, CEO of Warner Brothers, just tried to throw everybody under the bus to save Jeff Johns' ass. So it was such an insane situation, and the investigation went absolutely nowhere. It's just nothing happened within that investigation. Nobody was held accountable. The biggest thing that occurred is the public now knows. So Joss Whedon probably won't get up again. Joss Whedon, you'll probably never see him behind the movie for a long, long time.
Damn.
And Jeff Johns is still thriving with Stargirl and other things that he's about to produce. Right. Green Lantern. That Green Lantern show that's coming out, they just cast, I believe, one person. He's attached to produce and direct that. So it's like, did he do it for nothing? No, because I believe he was definitely a part of the reason the Snyder Cut came out. But at the same time, it sucks that nothing officially happened. It's just, it took the people knowing for that to stop. It sucks.
Right, because it shows also, like, when studios try to rush a movie and make it come out, so to please the fans, they're actually making it worse for the fans and everyone watching it. And they've created this whole chaos, and it just all bad all around. It makes a bad rep, and people watch the first movie, they don't want to watch the Snyder Cut, and then
Let's take, for instance, I'm trying to think of a movie that got delayed because of fan reception from the beginning.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, and it's crazy because so much people. I wish they kept it, by the way, because I feel like the people that were outraged didn't even go see the movie when they fixed it, which sucks. No, I didn't see it actually. I saw the set photos for the second one, and it looks cool. I'm definitely gonna watch it though.
It's a fun movie
because I love Knuckles, and apparently he's in the second one, so I gotta watch it now. Knuckles, right? The red guy. So and he's yeah. So I mean, like, I feel like stuff like that. If you're gonna complain about Sonic the freaking Hedgehog, and then not end up like, how much did it do in the box office? I don't even know, but I feel like the people that complaining didn't even go see it when they fixed it, and they fixed it so well. Credits to the CGI artist for that.
Yes,
they fixed it so well.
Yeah, I remember when he first came out, he looked like some sort of mouse. Like, I don't know what the hell.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
His face was very weird, to be honest.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. But at the same time, I kind of wish they kept it just to get them mad, because I feel like if you're getting mad because of that, grow up.
Right. So when do you delay if the audience get mad, and when do you not delay?
I mean, they delayed it.
Right.
So like, if they delayed it because of that, and you're not going to delay it because the person that created and casted these people had to step down because of a family emergency, it just shows the companies. Warner Brothers has been absolutely horrible with treating their talent, treating the actors, and the recent acquisition by Discovery. If you guys didn't know, Discovery, like, I believe they acquired Warner Media.
Oh wow!
So, and Discovery stated that the biggest thing that they're gonna focus on is the treatment of their talent. Nice. And I'm like, see what you did there. I get it. Yeah, I know what you guys are doing.
Nice.
Very smart.
Well, that's great information to know. So what's next in the DC world of movies and shows?
That's the thing. DC doesn't like releasing slates because they know they're not consistent. So like they know it. At least they're self-aware.
Marvel's like, the next 8 years are planned out.
Exactly. I don't get how. It's so crazy because Zack Snyder had everything planned out, but like the WB messed with it. But they don't like releasing slates whatsoever. But it's clear they don't know how to treat their talent and the people of color that's within their talent. They don't know how to treat them. It's so sad because so many writers backstage, Ray Fisher came out. So many people after Ray Fisher came out that were black, that were brown, that were just people of color came out after Ray Fisher said a statement, and nothing happened. Yeah. So what Warner Brothers decided to do is like, all right, guys, we know we treated you guys like shit. We know we're just a little racist, we know, but we're gonna make a black Superman movie. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Make it Val-Zod. Make it I'm trying to remember. Make it Calle, one of the other black Supermen. They were like, no, we're gonna make it a black Clark Kent. And I'm just like, Clark Kent may be the whitest character ever made, ever.
Literally, right?
Ever.
Yes, exactly.
Ever. And I'm like, there's black Superman to choose from, and you get black Clark Kent. That's so awfully weird. It's clear WB just wants to pander because they were caught that they were racist. So I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
By the way, upon that point, well, what do you think about, when they changed recently I've been noticing a lot where they change the characters, either gender or skin color or race or whatever. I'm on board. Do whatever you want. Okay, 100%. Just make the movie good. Yeah. But there's always people that are against it. And I wanted to see what's your opinion about it. For example, in the new Batman movie, Ben Gordon is black. And that guy is known to be white.
Commissioner Gordon has been seen in live action, I believe, 3-4 times prior to what's it called, Jeffrey Wright's portrayal in the Batman movie that's coming out next year. God, that's gonna be the greatest comic movie ever. Regardless,
yeah, let's go. I'm excited. I'm hyped for that one. Yeah,
it's gonna be
Robert
so
Pattinson
good
as Batman.
So good. He's gonna knock it out of the park.
He's such a great actor, to be honest.
So good. I feel like if the race isn't integral to the character, shut up about it. Why do you care? Like, nowhere has Jim Gordon's race ever played to account to his character.
Oh, sorry, Jim Gordon, not Ben Gordon.
Yeah. I understand. I get it.
Opposite Gordon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like, I feel like if you're getting pissed off because Commissioner Gordon isn't white anymore, and you've seen that dude in live action 3 times prior to this, stop it. Come on. Are you serious? But there's so many other times where they cast people of color as other people of color. And I feel like there may be a slight disconnect there because you're getting your representation stolen, of some sort stolen. Yeah, that's just a lack for a better term. Like, let's say, for instance, Black Adam, Egyptian character, one of the only Egyptians in the comic books, and he's gonna be played by The Rock in live action. So like, people of color, person of color.
I don't think The Rock is Egyptian.
At all. And you know what's crazy? He's starting to film the movie now, and he's been cast as Black Adam since 2009. So like, why was he so attached to the character? I don't know. But as you know, he was definitely cast before the rise for diversity and representation was called in Hollywood.
Right.
So like, I
feel maybe it's because of,
yeah, exactly.
The Rock,
definitely. And then also the face and the money.
The look, definitely.
Money ruins
he can
movies.
definitely attract the new audiences to the movie. But like,
right.
In Egyptian, then what's crazy though is the movie cast a lot of Arab actors, so it's really cool. I'm really hyped to see it. I'm just like, damn it, the main character is not Egyptian. Like, you couldn't. And then I'm just like, all right, I'll take it. I don't dislike The Rock. I really like The Rock, even though he plays the same exact character in every movie.
I mean, look, you can't really expect him to be very accurate with this, since their main idea of like Arabs is, Indian Aladdin thing, whatever that was.
Like an Aladdin movie, yeah, exactly.
Agrabah. That was because they based that off of the cartoon, and the cartoon was already, they mixed the Arab and the Desi culture, which was weird.
Yeah,
they complete misrepresentation.
So stereotypical.
Yeah,
they were like, guys, look, it's so Arab, the Taj Mahal, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? That's not Arab. I was like raised like, I won't lie. When I first went to Yemen, I thought I was gonna see like these palaces and everything. And I was like, Dad, where's the Taj Mahal? It's like, that's India, Eunice. It's not. But I was young. I was like 7. But it was a misinterpretation of the representation. It was a
And as an Arab yourself, how do you feel about this misrepresentation?
Oh man, I haven't gotten an accurate representation of Muslims in any movie except, I believe, One Night in Miami. And I don't know if you guys seen that movie.
I've heard about it, but no, I haven't watched it.
Oh, that was last year. Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite movies. It has Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, has
oh wow,
Sam Cooke. Like, there was a lot. It was about the four of these black activists in, I believe, the 60s, where they met up with each other for one night in Miami. And like, the one representation of Islam that I saw that was very accurate was between Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. And at one point they prayed together on the what is it called? They prayed together on the floor in the hotel, and like, I had a tear coming down my eye. I'm like, what the heck? Because every time there would always be a person making prayer in a movie, it would always be interrupted by something. It would always be misinterpreted. Like, I one time saw on Netflix, I forgot what it was. If I had it, I'd roast the shit out of it right now. But it was a Netflix show or movie. The woman prayed, got up and started making out with the person in front of her, and I'm just like, what is that? And
strange.
Then recently, last month, when I was fasting for the month of Ramadan, there was someone breaking their fast with a shot of alcohol, and I'm just like, what is this? What is this like? What is, I don't, if this is what you're,
this world,
this is representation for my people, get it out. I don't want representation anymore.
Yeah,
I don't. So my plan is, like, I want to be in Hollywood. I want to be an actor. I want to change that representation.
Let's go.
Like,
Eunice,
they're not doing anything.
Yeah,
it's so sad.
You're right. Yeah, and to be honest, I agree, because also they haven't been making too many great movies, so it's about time that we switch things up and we make our own great movies, 100%. And they can watch those movies. Yeah, Eunice, I really hope. So is that what you want to do? You want to continue going and making movies and acting?
I do want to do acting. I really enjoy acting. I like being in front of the camera, behind the camera, dude. Like, I love shooting movies. I've shot like a couple of short films for school and all that, or like just for fun. But I love acting too. So it's cool. It's what I want.
You see yourself as the next Flash? I mean, you've got the speed, maybe the frame as well. I don't know.
will WB cast in a Yemeni Flash? We shall see. We shall
see. I'm gonna keep my mine open.
I think they want a blonde hair.
I'm trying to visualize it. You know, you're like praying, and then there's something happening going in the background of the fight.
Right.
And then you're like,
right.
I have to finish praying now.
Yeah.
One day.
That would be cool. All right, awesome. So I want to ask you something else about the comparison between DC and Marvel. I think part of the problem with DC is that they kind of rush things to catch up to Marvel because Marvel was way ahead at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if DC just took its time and just followed Zack Snyder's vision, it would have been really cool. What's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like a lot of people didn't like Zack Snyder's vision, and I feel like WB definitely didn't like it. So I was like, but Zack Snyder came to you with everything. He came to you with his plan and what he wanted to do. Why didn't you guys call it out back then if you guys didn't like it? Like, he came to them with a slate for the next, I believe, decade. He was like, all right, I want to make 5 movies. Let me do this, and then I'll leave.
Yeah, that's why he keeps saying, they keep saying return the Snyderverse.
Yeah, that's a new hashtag. Like, before it was released a Snyder Cut, now it's restore the Snyderverse. So, like, people want to see Zack Snyder's vision be finished. And it's tough because while I would like to see it, these characters are already slated for their own solo movies. So I don't know how that would ever work because he has about 3 more movies that need to be done 2 more movies to be done to make his vision complete. Justice League 2 and 3. So I don't know how that would be done because Flash has his own movie that's currently filming with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. So those are 2 key characters,
right,
with Ben Affleck and Ezra Miller that are supposed to be in the Snyder Cut, that are supposed to be in the Snyderverse, already doing their own thing. And then you have Wonder Woman having her 3rd movie. Then you have Aquaman currently shooting his 2nd movie. So it's like, I don't know how that would ever work. I really do want it to work. So what I think they should do is continue in animation. Just do an animated version of his vision.
Zack Snyder's vision is so cool to watch live action.
So cool. And I wish he knows how to do visuals, dude. If you don't like his writing, sure. But I love his visuals. I love it. If you guys haven't seen Army of the Dead 2, go watch that. Really good movie. Really enjoyed that movie.
Nice.
It's on Netflix, so it's cool.
Nice. What do you think of Watchmen?
And the crazy thing is I haven't seen it in years and I have to do a rewatch, but it's literally, if you want to rewatch it, you can either read the comic book or just watch the movie because they're just shot by shot, almost the same exact thing. So are you talking about the show or the movie?
The movie I was referring to, but I guess the show also, right? Yeah.
I haven't seen the show either. I heard the show is a continuation of what the comics started. And since the comics and the movies are very similar, it's like you can either connect it to both. But the movie was very good, especially visually. It was so visually pleasing. It was so good. But the show, I heard, it was only 8 episodes. It's a limited series. They stopped it. They're not going to continue for season 2. They said it's one of the greatest shows ever. It won so many Emmys and Golden Globes. I need to watch it. I don't know why I haven't yet.
All right.
It's so good.
All right. Now that we have an actual DC professional here, let's ask him, what's your favorite comic book strip, and then show, and then movie?
Okay. One of my favorite comic book, like, you mean comic books or comic book like page?
I mean, whatever you want to go in more detail.
In terms of comic books, I think, I always say Blitz in terms of Flash. It's a run by Jeff Johns with Wally West, Hunter Zolomon. It's so good. The art is very good. Scott Collins, very, very good comic book run. And I still think Wally West has the most consistent run in the comic books in terms of his like Silver Age run. Not like after the Silver Age, my bad. But like right now, he's like, I don't even know. I haven't even kept up with it because of the decline in quality. But in terms of splash pages, I'd say like, I think the coolest comic book page might be when Flashpoint Batman stabbed Reverse Flash. And like Reverse Flash is like that, and Batman is like, it's so cool. I love that. I love that page. And in the animated show, they kind of redid it, and he did the gunshot, and that was really, really cool.
Yes.
And then they continued that, and they had Reverse Flash show up with the gunshot in his head, and then he was like running so fast that his brain was still healing, but if he stopped running, he'd die. So he's like always like going fast. He's like, it was so cool. I'll stop geeking out. And then favorite show,
Right.
Man, I'd say the first 3 seasons of The Flash, but favorite show that's consistent, Daredevil, 100%. Daredevil is definitely one of the greatest shows ever, so let alone comic book shows. It's so good. That's probably the most consistent comic book show ever made. So good. They're definitely gonna bring back Charlie Cox as Daredevil too. You're gonna see him in No Way Home Spider-Man in December. Come to theaters December 25th. Like I'm like marketing for them. But like,
for Spider-Man. Whoa, right. Nice.
But it's 100%. You're definitely gonna see him in that movie. I think it's like confirmed at this point. But like obviously Marvel's doing a good job. They're letting the theories run their course instead of confirming any of them.
Exactly.
So they're very smart.
Endgame all over
Very
again.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
literally.
All right.
Literally.
And let's do animated movie and then live action movie.
Oh, animated movie. I think it's between Flashpoint. It's definitely Flashpoint. I think 1, 2. That's tough. Because Mask of the Phantasm Batman is so good. So good. And I did like
Killing Joke?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's also another one. Batman has
Killing Joke.
ones. Yeah.
Killing Joke. It's just I don't know how I feel about the Batgirl scene. It's
all right, fair.
that scene messes me up. It's just Bruce Timm living his fantasies out, but I don't know. I think Mask of the Phantasm and Flashpoint Paradox are 2 of the greatest animated movies ever made. So yeah,
Nice.
That's definitely up there.
Animated, now live action.
I don't even know how I can like.
We're here to ask hard questions. This is our job.
Yeah,
He's not even trying to mind, you know. With this part.
He's like Flashpoint.
Literally, I have to juggle it all. I think movie. It would have to be between. I think Infinity War was probably one of the greatest Marvel movies ever made. Endgame was the greatest experience in a movie theater I've ever had.
I'd agree.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of a movie, I think Infinity War definitely.
Wow, amazing.
Probably
one more
best movies.
One thing I do want to know, since you mentioned your favorite hero is Flash, who's your favorite anti-hero?
Anti-hero.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I haven't read a lot of comics regarding anti-heroes like Deadpool or Red Hood, but
Or the Punisher.
Yeah. And I still haven't seen the last season of that show for some reason. I don't know why.
I love that. I love them.
I love the first season too. Daredevil season 2 with Daredevil and Punisher too. That's so good. But I think in terms of anti-hero, I think Red Hood might be one of the coolest because I like his story with how he thinks Batman abandoned him. And then Batman, who's not a killer, he butts heads with Red Hood because Red Hood is finishing off his villains, which is why I think a Red Hood would never work in the Snyderverse because Batman kills. So what are they gonna butt heads for? But
yeah, they'll be allies. You know, we'll kill together. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But that conflict there you mentioned between Red Hood and Batman, that's definitely a very strong story between.
Very, and I don't know how I forgot Under the Red Hood for animated movies.
Right, great movie.
Good.
Yeah,
so good.
Awesome. Wow. All right. Sounds good. Well, this has been a great episode of A2, the show, talking about comic books, superheroes and stuff. Thanks, Younityy, for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
I want to know, so in the future, I'd love to see more Flash stuff, Flash movies, Flash shows. And for some reason, I think the most prevalent DC character is Batman, right? He has all the animated movies, all the shows. I know you're rolling your eyes. You're like, well, I'm tired of Batman. Why are they making 5 Batman movies, huh? Why are they making 10 Batman movies, huh?
It's so weird.
Right.
Because
what's happening? Yeah.
You guys know the Flashpoint storyline, obviously. Do you guys know what the Flashpoint storyline is?
How about going through it just for the
Yeah. So Flashpoint. Flash saves his mother, creates a new alternate timeline that's a very dark timeline. Bruce Wayne is killed instead of his parents, and then the mother becomes the Joker, the father becomes Batman. So like it's a very dark timeline. Cyborg is very messed up. Superman is still in his lab and he's the skinniest person alive. He's just like me. And then it's a very twisted timeline. So they had all the potential was there to make this Flashpoint movie. And I still don't know why they're doing Flashpoint as the first movie, but it's clear that it's going to be its own variation of a Flashpoint movie instead of a full-on adaptation. And instead of making Thomas Wayne Batman like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, do you guys know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, the actor? Have you guys seen The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
What's his name? The dude with the bat?
Oh yeah. The guy who acts as Negan.
Negan. That's the name. Jeffrey Dean Morgan plays Negan, and he also played Thomas Wayne in the Snyder movies. And
nice.
I'm pretty sure Zack Snyder casted him because he knew that Jeffrey Dean Morgan is legit the perfect Thomas Wayne Batman, and he wanted to do a Flashpoint movie down the line. So now that they're doing it,
theory.
yeah,
that's an interesting theory.
He was thinking. He knew what he wanted to do in the future.
I mean, he looks the part very well as well.
So well, and he wanted to do it. He's been talking about it for so long. He's posted pictures of him as Batman. He wants to do it so much. And they're making Flashpoint right now, and instead of doing Thomas Wayne, which is the obvious choice, what I think they should have done is made Ben Affleck Batman, do the Thomas Wayne, he comes back, and Robert Pattinson's Batman. Bam. That's how you integrate everything into. But like, obviously, no. So what DC did?
You look, I have the perfect answer, and I'm just the guy. So
it's right there. It's right there. Go the other way.
Yeah.
So DC was like, all right. They called up '89 Batman, Michael Keaton. He was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So Michael Keaton is now in this movie. Ben Affleck is also a part of this movie. So you have two very different Batmen that are now a part of this movie. Mm-hmm. And we don't know what the role they're going to play is. But it seems like Michael Keaton is going to have a very, very
Ben
big
Affleck
role.
And Michael Keaton, what are they going to bring?
They have Supergirl in this movie.
Come
on!
Supergirl.
Why? Oh, wow. How is Supergirl in this movie? Supergirl was never a part of Flashpoint in general. So like... Right. It's very interesting. I don't know what this movie's even called. It's called The Flash. They're not calling it Flashpoint, which is smart. But it's just, I don't know, man. I have no idea what they're going to do.
Good luck, Younityy. I know you're anxious about this. I hope it turns out like everything you want it to be.
The movie was announced when I was 11.
They could be creating another universe other than the two that already are planned in the comics.
Slow down.
Like could be a third universe.
Slow down.
Like, I don't know.
They've created so many universes. They don't
exactly. There's like, for example, in the what's called the series for the Flash, the one that's not animated. There's so many different universes and Earths. Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth 10, Earth 25. So like each one has its own storyline and stuff. So maybe that's what they're trying to do.
I would have thought that, but then like what's it called? I'm trying to think of an instance where they totally disregarded the multiverse. They I don't even know. They call Robert Pattinson's Batman Earth 2. That's what they call it because they want it to be separate from whatever's happening with these movies, which I think is smart. Don't connect Robert Pattinson. This is a shit show. Keep him alone.
Yeah.
So I think it's the smartest idea, but then you have the TV shows where Stargirl is Earth 2 and they're not in the same universe. So like you already have different variations of Earth 2. So it's clear they don't know what they're doing with the multiverse. They just wanted to call it the multiverse because it's a cool concept.
Yeah,
and Grant Gustin and Ezra Miller.
Yeah, it gives them more.
Grant Gustin and Ezra Miller already met.
It probably gives them more opportunities to make more movies and with different characters. Different actors for the same character and stuff. So,
100%. That's what a multiverse could be utilized for, but they don't want to fully go with it, and it sucks. And then Marvel, you know what Marvel's saying? All right, we're doing multiverse too. And you know what?
Let's go, Marvel.
They're already doing it.
Goes with us.
Wait, so
they're already doing it.
Question over there. Since
we're almost out of time, Said, but you can ask. Yeah.
And then, so basically, you're saying they're going into multiverses in Marvel. Do we see one where Robert Downey Jr. doesn't die?
I don't think you're gonna see one where he doesn't die.
Dun, dun, dun.
But you're definitely. I still think we're gonna see Robert Downey Jr. again. I think they're gonna easily do that. They're gonna make him. They could easily make his voice be the next Jarvis for anything. So like, I feel like
so he dies on every Earth. He has to.
Oh
die.
no, there's definitely an Earth out there where he doesn't die. Like you heard Doctor Strange say it. There's a million something how much the possibilities were. There's definitely a possibility where the outcome was different, but I don't think we'll ever see it now.
Oh wow.
But you're gonna see. You're gonna see like Doctor Strange. That second movie is gonna be multiverse heavy.
I can't wait.
Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, I can't wait for the new Doctor Strange. Also, thanks, Eunice, very much for coming on the show. Really appreciate your time here. You want to shout out or let the world know anything before we wrap up?
Instagram at Younityy. Just
sounds good. Are you working? What's next for you? Are you doing anything new?
Twitch.
All right. Yeah. Keep an eye out for Younity's Twitch. Pretty much. What are we expecting to see on the Twitch?
From anything to politics to comics to current events, I'm gonna do it all. Gaming, even though I suck at games, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be very funny.
Check it out. All right, we'll link it in the bio. Thanks for watching another episode of A2 the Show, the most international #1 podcast, trending educational, entertainment, comic books, etc. podcast. Check it out. All right, and this is how we sign out. Thanks, Younityy. Thanks, Side. Another episode, and Audi. Woo.